zombies, who they promptly smashed into a tiny bit. And also a creepy thing that was really hard to kill, and tried to drag them away towards the mountains for some reason. But they managed to survive, defeat the thingy, and yes, they're right now in Veneto, that a city renowned for its political intrigues and tried to drag them away towards powerful merchant families, assassins guilds, that sort of thing. And they are asleep. They managed to survive. I don't have any sleep defeat music, but yeah. Anyway, during the night, Audrey, you need to make a will save.
No.
Okay. Yes. You have a very funny dream where you're just walking on the ceiling upside down.
Yeah.
It's very strange.
As long as the ceiling doesn't turn into tentacles.
No tentacles. Probably no tentacles anyway. All right. And yes, you wake up in the morning. Nothing seems to have. You're definitely not on the ceiling. That's good. And yeah, you are awake, happy, chipper, I don't know, ready to continue your journey into Silverblade, which is not very far. The border to Silverblade isn't very far if you want to like go along the roads, but of course the destination is actually like over here. So which is sort of out of the way.
Guess we go over there.
All right.
Actually, let me check. Wish list. Click. Nah, should be fine. Let's go there. Hooray.
Hooray! Yay! Okay. Yes. So I think Arthur was like turning into a horse or a griffin or something, and carrying the small members of the party. And yes.
Yeah, so point.
Since we're down 2 players, they're just gonna make follow along. I don't know. Maybe they'll give you all their gold, or at least their XP. Yes. Speaking about XP, did I give out XP for the last couple sessions?
No.
No? Okay.
Should only be 3,500.
Yeah, something like that. Anyway, and Arthur, are you actually here? I haven't heard from you yet.
He's really quiet.
Yeah, I saw your text-to-speech thing go on, but I didn't hear anything. Maybe you have some problems with your mic.
He's really quiet. Like, I heard him saying things, but it's really low.
I don't hear anything.
But I couldn't tell you what it is because he's already at 200. And he's probably gonna think, ow! Yes.
There you go. All right, yes, now we can hear you. That's good. That's very good. Yes. So it's Barlin was here last session. I think everyone was here 2 sessions ago. I don't know. I don't know. It's too much trouble to keep track of. I'll just give everyone the experience. Yes, so that's... Alright. Everyone gets 1,700 experience. Because that was a very spooky ghost.
It was the spookiest ghost.
Yes, super spooky. Alright. So yes, do you want to... Let's see. So there's a road on the south side of the river. Unfortunately, you're on the north side of the river. Your destination. So you could follow the road and then like try to ford the river at some point. It does become smaller as you go further inland. That would be the most expedient route because you're following a road most of the way. But then you'd have to cross the river. You could, which probably wouldn't be too hard, except for maybe for bulk.
How long would it normally take that distance?
I'd say it's about a day's travel away by road, maybe 2 days actually. Yeah.
Yeah, then we can probably take like 1 day to go there, and actually that's as well with other people. Let me check first.
It'd take about 3 days to go if you're like cutting across the countryside. I don't know. It'd mostly be bulk who's having the problem crossing the river, I think.
Would you really though? I mean, if it's not going too fast, the horse should be pretty unmovable.
Well, it's deep enough that you'd have to swim.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a river that like boats go down. So.
Oh, got it.
And there's no bridge up there, so. But if you think you can manage it, that would probably cut a day off.
Side would be the thing then. Not that we end up like next to the place and unable to cross the river.
Okay. Yes, I don't know. You can try to rig up a pulley system to get bulk across or something, or you can just leave them behind. You don't care.
Or
I
keep the meat shields.
Or I could make an ice bridge.
All right.
That's true. I don't know if it'd be able to hold you up though. Like an ice bridge holding up 2 ton, like a ton of horse plus another ton of like armor. I don't think. Yeah, you wouldn't be able to make an ice bridge on a moving river that could hold up that much weight. He's very heavy. Especially with his beer belly.
I mean, we could, as long as I can make enough fog, I could just tie rope to me and bulk couldn't get swept down. Because as long as I'm standing on fog, it's like I'm standing on solid ground.
Yes, but that's still like a horse, and the horse being pulled down the river, you wouldn't be strong enough to pull back on that. He would just drag you down the river with him.
So bulk can't swim?
He can, but possibly not in armor. Certainly. I don't know what his swimming abilities are.
Probably non-existent, like everyone else that never takes swim.
Let's see. Does he have swim? I mean, it's strength based. Oh, he actually does have ranks in swim.
Wow.
He has a net of 1 rank in swim after his armor check penalties.
Oh.
But if he took his armor off and wasn't encumbered, I guess he could do it. Yeah, he has a lot of ranks in swim. He's a very swimmy horse. Got those leg motions down. I don't even want to know what a horse effectively swimming would look like, but yes. All right. So yes, you just have to like find a way to get his armor across, which probably weighs more than you do.
I think I'm probably carry it.
Right. If you were like a griffin or something, you could carry it. That's true.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't have to fly. I can just, as long as there's fog, I can just walk across.
Yeah, that's true. It's like ground for you, so you can like, as long as you don't have to drag it on the ground. Although, how would you? It would be very hard to carry it. I think you could probably fly it across. I don't think you could probably carry it because it's too big for you to actually hold.
Okay.
And while it's like ground for you, it's not ground for the armor. So it's like.
Yeah, I'll fly the armor across.
Okay, that probably works. Yeah. All right. So that sounds like a plan to get across the river. So you're gonna go on the roads, which is probably safer too, hopefully, than trekking through the countryside. And there'll be nice inns on the way. I don't know. There's a reasonable amount of traffic, at least on the river. You could even take a boat, but it'd probably be slower because it's going upriver. All right, so you travel along roads. Let's see. Yeah, 2 days travel at your traveling speed. So yeah, nothing eventful happens. Cross the river using your aforementioned plan of bulk swimming across because he can swim. He actually has a lot of ranks in swim. A plus 17 without his armor, so yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he has lots of strength and he has ranks in swim. So yeah. It's a minus 16 with his armor, so he manages to break even. But yes. All right, and as you approach the site that you are sent to go, I'd like you to make.
You're cutting out.
Oh, spot checks, please. As you're approaching the site that your location, that your quest is for, or whatever it is. All right. Arthur, you notice that there are a whole bunch of paladins and like people. Looks like some workers and excavation people hanging around the location that you were sent to. You've managed to spot them before they've spotted you.
Well, job failed.
Rip.
They got here before us.
Well, I mean, you might still be able to do something.
Yes. Arthur's gonna turn into his human form and put on and look normal.
Okay. Oh, Richard is typing in Discord. Oh, stuck in traffic. Okay. So he'll be here late, and I don't know what Barlin's up to. I certainly hope we don't have to replace another player. Anyway. All right, so you look, I guess your elven form? You mean? Okay, so yeah. An elf, two halflings, one that's demonic looking. And a centaur. Okay. Totally normal.
Yeah, of course.
All right. And so what are you going to do? They haven't spotted you yet.
Do we know how they would react to us? Well,
I mean, they are paladins. They're very by the book and lawful. So you don't know what their attitude towards like having other adventurers come by would be. Maybe you could persuade them to let you in.
To go into the place.
Why don't you do a knowledge local check to see if you know very much about the laws of this area.
That is a -5, so 22.
Okay. You don't know the exact like legal status of it, but you do know that they do sort of encourage adventurers, going into places and ridding them of evil, as long as there was evil there. But they're not too picky. So they're not usually adverse to having adventurers go and kill bad things, as long as they're bad things. But they aren't often very discriminating when it comes to bad things. Anyway, but you're not sure if they would necessarily be wanting you to be meddling, so to speak, in whatever it is they're doing here. But I don't know. They do tend to like prefer to like send adventurers in to kill themselves rather than losing valuable paladins and trained soldiers and stuff. But maybe you might be able to persuade them. You're not really sure what they're doing, what exactly they're trying to do, or if they're just like scouting it out, if they're trying to like form an expedition or something. But yeah.
Does it look like it's like all completely done paladins, or is it like school trip? It's an easy mission. We have new people here.
There are what looks like some like workers around carrying shovels and pickaxes and stuff, and a couple what look like regular soldiers too. It looks like they're trying to like excavate, maybe.
I'm thinking we just walk in and announce ourselves and ask to check out the place. Since apparently they normally don't have a problem with people doing that.
All right, is that what you want to do too, Arthur?
Yeah.
All right.
Because sneaking is definitely not our thing, as proven multiple times.
Yes. So let's see. I'm not sure what to do about Barlin because he's not here today. All right. Yes. I mean, they probably wouldn't listen to anything he said anyway, so it's fine. Okay. So yes.
He gets to wear a big hoodie so they don't see it.
What do you say?
He gets to wear a big hoodie so they don't see the influence.
Oh. Well, you know how overzealous paladins are with detect evil. Yeah.
Does he ping as evil though?
Yes. They don't detect the person's actual alignment. They detect like demonic influences.
Yeah.
How horrible. Yes. He would ping as slightly evil.
Ooh,
so yes,
Cat memories ping as evil.
All right. Anyway, you go forward. They say, "Halt! Who goes there?" Says one of the paladins in very shiny armor. He seems to be the leader. He has a big beard on his face. He looks to be like in his 40s. He has dark skin, very darker skin. Yeah. And his beard is starting to gray a bit.
Greetings, appropriate title man. Because I don't know what the proper title for big paladin leader guy would be.
So you're literally just gonna call him appropriate title man?
With my diplomacy, probably, yes.
Well, you should probably roll diplomacy at this point. I don't know. Maybe you could let Arthur take over, but I don't know. He's 5 years old,
yes.
so.
Arthur goes, greetings, head paladin. Or is it, are you a head paladin, or are you just...
forgive me. I am... Crap, I forgot his name. I'll have to make up a new one.
Oh god, he has a name.
Yes.
Time to write it down.
I am, Captain, Henry. Yes. Captain Henry, Smith, yes. Alright. Yes, creative names here. What is your business here?
He was sent by a wizard, or was he a wizard? I'm assuming he was a wizard, to help out with whatever you're doing. I am Arthur Silverwing, head of the Silverwing.
Your mission wasn't exactly to help out, it was to more like get there before they ruin everything. And find out what's there before they ruin everything by trying to smash it for being evil, but...
That is totally helping out.
Alright, but yes, if that's what you wanted to say, that's still what you say. I just want to make sure you're clear on what your mission is.
Yes.
Okay. A wizard sent you?
Yes, a wizard.
We don't have many wizards around here. Which wizard was this?
I don't remember.
Oh, it was, I believe, yes, it was Tobias's idea that you go here. So, yes. He was the one who sent you.
Archwizard Tobias.
As soon as you say that, you see a sort of scowl come across his face. Also, you should probably make a diplomacy check.
21.
Alright. You're very persuasive, even if you're not necessarily saying all the right things. So, yes. It says, Tobias, why is he meddling in all of this? This is our jurisdiction. We're handling this excavation, and we don't need any of his help in this matter.
Arthur's, can I cast Charm past him? Oh, wait.
Oh, Lord.
No, wait,
He's a pal.
our paladins are immune to Charm. Shit, yeah.
They are not immune to Charm, they're immune to Fear. But they do have bonuses to saves and stuff.
Yeah.
He's a pretty old paladin, he probably is high level, who knows. It may not necessarily be the right, but you can still do it. But if it doesn't work, he's gonna get mad at you.
Yeah. Arthur will have nothing to do with it. And just turn it around.
And he says, and who is this? He gestures to Barlin.
It's Barlin.
He has a dark aura around him. I find this very untrustworthy. Since Barlin's not here, but
well, that's why you don't trust him, you trust us, obviously.
He's in this creature is in your custody then?
Creature? I'm human. I mean, I'm an elf. I'm an elf.
Totally an elf, yes. Bluff check, please.
So I rolled that twice. 17.
Mm-hmm. Well, fortunately for you, paladins aren't accustomed to dealing with people who lie all the time. So he kind of looks at you strangely, but he doesn't seem like he is suspicious of you. And yes, he says, so you want to go down into the cave then, don't you? No doubt he's told you all about it.
Pretty much. We are more or less the local experts on weird caves that go weird places.
Expert. So you've been in a cave like this before?
Multiple.
Is that true? Then what is it that we found down there, if you might? I'm sure you already know.
Probably a quadrillion blank bodies that just keep walking at you. And maybe some runes.
We haven't found anything like that, no.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's a different place on the world. Or like a different area.
What we did find was a enormous cave system with some strange ash on the ground. We haven't explored very far into the darkness yet. We're still trying to widen the passage so we might have a proper expedition. But it does seem very unusual. He seems to sigh and think for a bit. He says, well, that's why I sent you. He probably thinks that you know more about these caves than we do. And, well, I'd much rather risk some hapless adventurers than my own men. Tell you what, I'll let you come down into these caves, but you must report anything you find directly to me before you do report it to Tobias. Understood?
Yes.
And if you're not back within 3 days, we're going to assume you're dead.
Rude. No rescue party for the obviously experienced people that may know more about it.
Well, he's not totally convinced by you guys, especially given your rather poor diplomacy checks. So, and anything you bring up from the cave will be subject to confiscation at our discretion. At my discretion. Now go. Go on. Do your adventuring thing.
Alright. See ya.
All right. The other soldiers and miners and stuff give you some wary and unfriendly looks as you walk past them down into the cavern below, which has definitely shown signs of being widened and slightly flattened out by some miners and stuff. It seems like they're trying to make a wide passage down here. Maybe wide enough maybe to bring a cart or something. But yes, you wander down into the caves and you find a somewhat familiar sight. of a large open cave, ash underfoot. Can't see the ceiling or the walls. But there doesn't seem to be any sort of landmark here, unlike in some of the other caves where you had a path or perhaps something you could see in the distance. Here, it's just empty. There's no real sense of direction. But it's up to you where you start to explore. Oh, that's the wrong music. That sounds way too natural.
If there's no landmarks or anything, I guess we just pick a random direction and go. Preferably south, if we can remember which way is south from the winding entrance.
Arthur's gonna take point.
Alright, south will be kind of along the cave wall for a little bit. But alright, you head south. Arthur taking point. Still in your elf form, or?
Yes, yeah, I'm gonna make a search check to see if there's any traps.
Alright, well it's a big wide open area. If you want to search the whole way, you're gonna move at half speed.
Sure.
Alright. So yeah, you slowly move along. You don't spot any traps along the way. I mean, your intuition tells you this isn't the sort of place you'd put a trap because it's so wide open. People could just end up walking around it by accident. You tend to put traps in like hallways and choke points, but you don't spot anything unusual along the ground. It's just, ash, some sort of muddy, dirty ash, slightly damp the whole way down. After a short while, the wall starts to curve away towards the east. But do you want to continue heading south?
Yeah, probably keep to the wall. We aren't the best at navigating.
Alright, well the wall starts to curve around towards the east, and after several minutes of, about 15 minutes of walking along, still searching for traps, or moving full speed?
Moving full speed.
Okay. Yeah, you are basically heading due east at this point. But you keep going, walking along. You don't spot anything that's remarkable in any way at all. You keep walking for about an hour until eventually it starts to curve to the north. So you keep going along the north, I assume.
Yeah, time to find out if it curves around.
And after, half an hour or so, it starts to curve towards the west.
Hooray, it's a pillar in the middle of the cave system.
Yes, a very, very large pillar. And so you follow the pillar, I assume.
Back to the entrance and then try going straight south away from the pillar.
And yes, it does go back towards the entrance after about another hour or so. Alright, so you go back to where you were previously, underground. And you head south this time, instead of following the pillar. And after a short while, you're probably going to make a survival check to keep going in a straight line, because all you see around you are featureless black floor, ashen floor. You can no longer see the walls or the ceiling or anything.
I know someone has a good survival check.
Alright, don't you have a compass now? You could try that, see what happens.
Sure, does the compass work on the ground?
It points slightly southeast, or southwest, sorry. But it does seem to be holding a continuous direction, so... I mean, you could use it to keep it going in a straight line, as long as you...
17.
Alright. Yeah, you're reasonably able to keep
check out where the compass points.
Alright. So you head to the southeast, or southwest, sorry.
It's still to the south, so yeah, why not?
Alright. So you head southwest. Just about as featureless of a direction as any other. And just keep walking. And walking. And walking. Until you come across a small stream. Or at least it's kind of a stream. There's no flow with the water. But it's a narrow, shallow, and shallow, and goes on as far as your vision takes you. So it's stream shaped at least. But as far as you can tell, there's no flow in the water.
Does it look like it's going any particular direction, or has any particular shape or anything?
There's no flow in it, so it's not going any direction. It kind of looks like it's probably shallow. You can't actually see the bottom because it's too muddy. But it's only like a couple feet across. Like 5 feet across. So it can't be that deep, unless it's like a chasm. And then it would probably be very deep. But, I don't know, what's the chances of that?
Sure.
But yes, it is heading, west to east, so. Yes, do you step into the stream?
Absolutely not.
Okay. Scary of the spooky water.
Does the stream have to be crossed to follow the compass?
Yes, it goes east to west as far as you can see. I mean, you could try to find a way around it maybe, but you don't know how long it goes.
And how wide is it?
About 5 feet. It's certainly possible to jump across. As long as you don't fail your jump roll.
Arthur goes, hold on. I breathe cone of ice on it.
Alright. The water does not freeze.
That's weird.
I need it for a moment. On the wish list.
I don't know. You don't have alchemy, do you? An alchemy skill? Try to determine the chemical composition of this water. I mean, it looks like water. It looks like muddy water.
No.
Oh, the mud is gray and brown and or not gray and black instead of like brown.
Yeah, see, that's fishy because still water should settle its mud after a while. I'm pretty sure it's been a while. So I'm not touching it with a 5-foot pole. Mm-hmm.
I mean, depending on what the sediment is, it can get dissolved stuff in it that will stay dissolved. But if it was normal mud, probably.
How hard is a 5-foot jump check?
Not too hard. Let me look it up.
Because I feel like it should be really easy because I can do it.
Yeah, so it's only a DC 5.
Oh, yeah.
So
take
as long
10
as
and
you don't
jump
roll
place.
very poorly.
We take 10 and jump the thing and keep going.
Okay. Yeah, scared of the water. Let's see. I just want to make sure bulk doesn't have a huge jump penalty.
He throws his equipment over first.
He actually has +9, even with his armor check penalty.
Wow. That's pretty good.
Alright, so you jump across the spooky water. Definitely not touching it. Not even taking a sample for science. And you continue
Deleted
heading...
my last pot that I used to make samples. It's gone.
Oh, how sad. Anyway, you continue to the southwest, at least compared to what would be southwest on the overworld, probably. But the compass is pointing that way as though it's north, so who knows. And you continue along that way until you start to see a strange bluish glow in the horizon. Because there is a horizon here somehow. In the southwest direction you were heading. Although, oddly, the horizon is a lot closer than it ought to be, at least from what you think. If that is the horizon.
Sideways, does the compass point to the glow?
It points towards the glow, yes.
No. Oh.
And as you continue walking, on the ground, you find a very shiny glowing gem that glows sort of blue-green, turquoisey. It's very shiny, very glowy, very pretty.
Zoo, mine.
Alright, you pick it up. It looks like it was constructed. It has these sort of lines and swirls on it that look ornamental and artistic. They don't resemble anything in particular.
Can I do an appraise check?
Yes. But it would be hard because you've never seen anything quite like it. But, I mean, given how it's shiny and glowy, it's probably worth at least several hundred GP to the right person.
Arthur goes, it's mine. I found it. It's my treasure now.
It's very shiny.
Okay, but what is it?
It's a shiny rock worth 500 GP or so.
But does LG know of similar shiny rocks?
I don't know. You can do a knowledge check. Knowledge Arcana if you think it's a magic rock, which it probably is because it's glowing, but... Or you could do detect magic, I guess. Oh, wow. Alright.
Hey.
I mean, sometimes people enchant rocks to make them shiny, because they like shiny things. You do notice with detect magic that there is a magic on it. I'm going to just assume you would fail. You pass the spellcraft check. A weak transmutation.
Fuck. No one touched it.
But yeah, you don't know of anything else similar to this. I mean, sometimes people like to use shiny rocks as like magic triggers for certain items because it's very fancy. Like you put a shiny rock on your wardrobe and it opens a secret door or something. Because it's but only to impress visitors, not when they actually want to hide stuff. Because it's kind of conspicuous. So yeah, it seems like the purpose of the magic on it is just to make it shiny and not to actually do anything where shininess is the side effect.
Okay.
At least from what you could tell.
to the entire big glowy thing. Hooray!
All right. All right. So as you walk forwards, you start to see a very large, very bright blue-green orb rise up out of the horizon a lot faster than you might expect as you walk towards it.
Does it go back down if we walk back?
Yes, but only very slowly. It seems like it's rising up around over the horizon, but the horizon is definitely a lot closer than it should be. And yeah, it's definitely rising over the horizon a lot faster than it ought to at walking pace. Very odd. It's impossible to tell how big and how far away it is. But
Be right back.
alright. Well, we might as well take a break at this point since we've been playing for an hour. And Volk should be hopefully joining us soon. And I'd like a sandwich or something because I'm hungry. So yeah, take a 10-minute break or something. They got 10 after. And I will see you then.
I'm back.
We're on break till 10 past. out.
Oh.
I'm back.
Rest in pieces.
Aldrich's dead.
Rip.
I'm back.
Yes, okay. Yeah, so Bulk's not back yet, but we'll start without him. Yeah, so... Yes, as you walk forward, a enormous bluish-green orb rises over the horizon. It's incredibly bright. It's impossible to tell how big it is or how far away it is. In this darkness, you don't have any points of reference. But it does get bigger rather slowly as you move forward. So one thing you do notice, though, is that despite the fact that it is incredibly bright, it doesn't seem to shine any light on anything. So
God,
it's some sort of... Like, it ought to be casting enormous amounts of light on all the walls and ceilings, the floor even, but it doesn't. The floor and walls and ceiling are still dark. You just see an incredibly bright light in the distance. It's very strange. Probably magic. Alright, so yes, you continue walking towards the orb of blinding light.
Yep.
Alright. So you continue walking towards it. After about an hour of walking towards it, it has gotten slightly bigger on the horizon. It's about twice the size it used to be. But you're still not, like, at it. So you continue walking. And walking. And after another 2 hours, the orb is taking up almost your entire field of vision in one direction. It's so bright at this point that you're probably going to need to start making fortitude saves against blindness if you go any further, or you don't, like, close your eyes or wear sunglasses or something. Or, like, walk backwards. You still haven't reached it, you don't think. It's very hard to tell with the fact that it doesn't actually cast light on anything nearby. You don't have any real point
Does
of
it look like there's anything below it or something? Just below the orb.
All you see is darkness below it. If it is resting on the ground, you can't see the ground.
Is there any distinctive markings?
You can't see any, but it is so very bright that it would be very hard to tell. But it seems rather relatively featureless.
I have liquid smoke. Let me check what it does again. I'm pretty sure it makes an area of break
Yeah,
it.
I won't help if you keep walking. I mean,
Probably.
I have blind sense, so I'm just gonna walk with my eyes closed.
okay, you can do that. Strangely though, with your eyes closed, even though you can't see the orb anymore, you still kind of just know where it is, even though it's outside of your blind sense range. I'm not sure exactly why. It's hard to describe.
Okay, this stuff is the same as a smoke stick. So it could make a 10-foot cube of smoke.
That won't help if you're moving, though.
Yes.
Just hold on to Arthur. Arthur says, just hold on to my tail.
Alright. I guess I just follow the dog in with closed eyes.
I'm a dragon.
Alright, so you form a conga line behind Arthur. And continue walking towards the incredibly bright orb thing. There you are.
Greetings.
Hello, hello.
Traffic sucks.
Yes, it sounds like it.
Especially
So
when
yes.
it's made out of old people.
You live,
yes.
You live in Florida?
No, I work at the elderly retirement home.
I see. But don't they usually not, like, leave in large droves? So, it would be the traffic made up of old people.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, we were just walking towards an incredibly bright orb.
Oh, that sounds safe.
Yeah. So they got past the paladins with their expert negotiation skills, I guess. And yes, the compass, the magnetic compass, started pointing towards this direction. They started to see a strange glow on the horizon, and then they started to see this orb, which is really bright, but somehow doesn't cast light on anything. So that's cool. And now it's so bright that they have to close their eyes or they're going to be blinded. So they're following in behind Arthur in a conga line because he has blind sense. That sounds fun. So yep, you're just walking towards this blindingly bright orb with your eyes closed, following behind a dragon, a tiny little dragon, leading the way.
Seems safe.
Yes, very safe. All right. As you walk forward at this point, the ground starts to slope downward. Very slightly, only by like 3 degrees or so.
Okay.
But you continue onward, unless you say otherwise, I guess. And the orb gradually becomes bigger and bigger until it's, well, I guess you can't actually see it anymore. So, yeah, that's fun. But yes, I did mention though that despite the fact that you can no longer see the orb, somehow you know where it is. You're not sure exactly why. Because, you know, magic, I guess.
Bright lights and all that.
Oh no, when you close your eyes, you can't see it at all. Like, it doesn't even cast light through your eyelids.
Oh, well, that's nice. That's kind. That's
very
kind
considerate.
to our eyelids.
Yeah, considerate. Considerate magic. Very good. Yes. All right. So you continue walking forward for about 20 minutes or so. And you start to feel a warmth. And something tells you are right up against the orb. Like, right next to it, possibly under it.
Arthur's gonna lick it.
Lick it?
Yeah.
Okay. Right, you have your blind sense. Your blind sense would tell you that you're right up next to it. Alright. Your tongue disintegrates.
Really?
Yes.
Oh.
I see.
So you're gonna have a hard time talking now.
I am pretty sure what this is.
Wait,
Myself as a person.
Wait, is it acid damage?
It's disintegration.
Wait, damn it, I'm not immune to that.
Yes. So, also, I would point out that damage to your body carries over in any of your alternate forms. So, yeah. At least you won't have to listen to him prattle on about toys and junk anymore.
Until he finds a cleric.
Yes, until you can get your tongue regenerated. So yes, you hear Arthur exclaim some noises, but he isn't able to form any coherent speech.
Oh, cool. So we have no idea what's going on, and we can't open our eyes.
Well, you can. You just have to make saves against blindness.
Yeah.
You can look away from it, I guess.
But it was just a bright orb, right? It wasn't like a black sphere of any sort.
No, it was a bright orb of bluish-green light, and it is incredibly huge. You can tell.
Mm-hmm.
I'd just like to make the comment Arthur is 5.
Yes, and the sphere must be like a mile across at least.
Elby's gonna turn away from the sphere and look at the compass.
Alright, the compass is pointing towards the sphere.
No.
I mean, it's still the same direction as it was before. You haven't tried, like, circling around it, but...
This is why we need sunglasses.
Yes, why don't you have that in your bag, Aldry?
Because it's on the wish list.
Well, you were in Beneto, you could have gotten some. This was all your fault, Aldry.
It's on the wish list since just now.
Yeah, Arthur tries to speak like this.
I don't understand. Did the cat get your tongue?
I mean, if you go in front of them, they can look at you. So
yeah,
they could see.
If you like, yeah.
Yeah, he goes in front of him, goes, and he points to his tongue, points to the orb.
Well, your lack of tongue, that is.
But did you lick the orb?
He goes, he looks, goes,
Of course you licked the orb.
You're an idiot.
He's
Let's see if this works, though.
He's 5. Yeah.
Alright.
No more licking shiny things for you.
Well, yes, technically he should have taken some damage when his tongue disintegrated, but... yeah, so now you probably took like 2 points of damage, I guess. I don't know, because, like, there wasn't any blood loss, that was the thing. It was very neat. Very neat disintegration of your tongue.
I mean, yeah, and it's just such a small object. It depends on if it's worth a hit point or not.
Yes, your healing magic does not restore his tongue. It would, like, stop the bleeding if there was any, but there isn't, so... Yes.
Well, I guess we need to find someone to regenerate tongue.
I suppose so.
Or you could just not, and then you don't have to listen to him anymore.
I was saying, meanwhile, in Bulk's head, or
not.
Or not. And then, no, we have to do it, otherwise I'm a dick.
Yes, you could touch it with your dick, see what happens.
No, I am... Oh, god damn
it, man. Okay.
No dick to glowing orb, that sounds very stupid.
It also wasn't painful, I should point out. You're just like, your tongue's gone.
That doesn't make it better. Mr. DM, sir.
Arthur, like, he pulls out like a cord from his and flicks it against the orb to see what happens.
Alright, the cord disintegrates. And yes, and so you're doing this with your eyes closed, of course, so you can't really tell what happens to it. But it's gone.
Or you can sense that the rope or twine disintegrates.
Yes.
There's blind sense. Stops existing.
Yes. I'm going to say the blind sense can't really pick up on small details very easily, so...
Okay, that makes sense then.
Yeah, it stops existing, it kind of disintegrates, basically.
Can Arthur make an educated guess that, make it a magic arcana guess on what this is?
You could do a knowledge arcana if you think that something like this has been discovered before. It would be included in the lore that you might have read. But that's what knowledge arcana is about. For identifying unique magical properties in spellcraft.
16.
If you think this is a unique magical object that has never before been seen.
Yeah, no, it's
like mile-long orbs that seemingly cause destruction.
44.
Alright. You've never heard of anything quite like this. I mean, orbs are pretty popular in magic. You know, they're very fancy looking. Give that sort of magical aesthetic. Like, if you're gonna have a magical object, an orb's a pretty good shape for it.
Can I roll spellcraft to see what type of,
You could roll spellcraft, but it is very difficult to try to identify a unique magical phenomenon like this. But you might be able to get some insight.
It's very big.
30.
Oh, wow.
Okay. You get the impression that somehow this orb is like the center of this area, this cavernous area, whatever it is. It's like you feel almost as though things are drawn to it. Of course, you're having trouble communicating that with everyone else, but...
Yeah. Yeah, Arthur goes... is there like dot?
Is it like what?
Never mind.
Well, maybe we should walk in the direction the thing is pointing, except not straight through, but around the orb to see if it actually is the orb that it's pointing towards.
Reasonable.
Because I would rather not walk into orb of tongue destruction. Of ultimate tongue destruction.
Alright, so you start to walk around the orb, and you notice that the compass does indeed point towards the orb as you walk around it. It's a magnetic compass, not a magical one. So, I don't know, I guess it's a very strong magnet. Or something.
But I mean, since it's destructive, is it hovering above the ground, or...?
You can't... Oh, right, you cannot see the ground. Or I guess Arthur could sense the ground.
Arthur, can you sense if there is ground underneath it or if it is hovering? Just go 1 for yes and 2 for no.
Actually, you would be able to tell because the part where it actually touches the ground would be so far away from you that it would be outside your blind sense range. Before it got to the... Because it's an enormous sphere. But you notice that it does not touch the ground anywhere within the range of your blind sense. Or, yeah. But if it were to touch the ground, it probably would do so outside of the range. Possibly.
Arthur goes,
God damn it, that's 3. So, yes, and I guess it's a maybe with a 3.
yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Why are we with this orb? Is this what we're here for?
Because it was interesting. I don't know. You were told to investigate before the paladins came in and smashed everything.
Oh, so we are at the location. That's what I meant. More
Yes.
like it, I guess. Okay. Well, can we fit underneath the orb?
I mean, you could try to scooch under it. You'd want to not avoid touching it, certainly.
Break dancing horse going in circles.
Also, you wouldn't be able to see. Well, I guess you could avert your eyes, I guess. Look at the ground.
Yeah.
You need to bring a light source with you. I think Bulk, you would have trouble.
Yeah, I know.
Audrey probably could.
Walk. I can't walk. I would have to literally lie down somehow and make some really retarded.
See, if I told Audrey that the orb was actually a book, she would just jump into it, but...
Why didn't you, you fool?
It's obviously not a book. Books are made of pages. It's just round.
For some reason, everything looks like pages now.
Well, you can actually get a good look at it, so it might have writing on it, you know? You never know.
Well, anyway, maybe we should find a way somewhere into some ruins at least. Without getting destruction. That would be great.
Well, if there is anything under it, you'd have to, like, crawl. You're at the point where you can't walk any further without, like...
Oh, I know. I am tall. I am 7.8 feet.
Anyways, none of you have ever actually looked at it yet. You just closed your eyes when it started getting too bright.
Arthur's gonna look at it. But not touch it with his face.
Make a fortitude save.
"24.
Alright. You manage to avoid becoming blind as you stare at it for about 6 seconds. As you stare at it, somehow you start to hear whispered voices that you can't quite make out what they're saying. It sounds like there's a whole lot of them. And in fact, as you realize, they're not whispering, they're just quiet.
Can I make a listen check?
Yes. Also, you notice, even though there is incredibly tiny writing on it, and even though it is incredibly far too small for you to read, somehow you can see the letters, although it isn't any language you recognize.
Can I cast this to understand language?
Yes, but that would require another round and another fortitude save.
Okay, I'm gonna do another round and another fortitude save and cast that.
Alright, and you can also do your listen check. Alright, unfortunately you are blinded by the orb at this point, and you can no longer see.
If only I had the can opener.
Can we somehow improvise sunglasses with the liquid smoke?
You could try. I mean, you're not
probably need
moving
to.
anymore at this point. So, you could try to just, like, stand in smoke and see if that helps.
Reasonable. I use my liquid smoke.
Arthur, you can't really make out any of the noises.
By the way,
Also, the noises stop as soon as you are blinded by a light.
is the wine bottles, the glass of the wine bottles, is it like normal,
It is somewhat
clear
darkened,
glass,
that's
or is
true.
it? Oh yeah.
I think, don't wine bottles have darkened glass? I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they do traditionally.
Yeah, well, actually, all wine bottles have very dark black glass.
Yeah, because you don't want to get the sun in them. Stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could make sunglasses out of your wine bottles.
I'll take out the empty ones.
What, you don't want us to smash the full ones first?
No.
I mean, they're pretty much all empty at this point, aren't they?
No, I have 15 of my 30 left.
Okay. Alright.
So I have at least probably 5 empty bottles, while the other ones I've thrown away at some random location.
Well, you're a centaur. You can't litter. That's like...
That's true. That's true. Yeah, I have 15 empty bottles on me. Do with them as you wish. You could make improvised goggles with the bottoms of them.
Yes. Although I will point out that the way that bottles are shaped, they usually if you're looking through the opening, it usually focuses light on it. If you're looking through it the other way, it's really hard to see anything. So you probably would have to like break them apart and fashion goggles out of them properly. You can't just use the bottle.
No. That's what I mean. You have to break them and make some makeshift shit out of it. But that's where Alder gets in. Here, Alder. These are large wine bottles. I did up the price and weight of them.
Alright. So that'd be some sort of craft check, I guess. You could do that on skilled, but craft is like... wisdom? Intelligence?
I think it's intelligence?
I think it's int-based. Yeah, craft is int-based.
Alright, so you can make an unskilled craft check. To try to fashion some sort of, at least a lens of some sort that you could put up against your eye without bleeding.
Hold on, let me just... I do. Cutting and taking a 10. So that's 10, 20, 24.
Alright. So you managed to fashion some sort of lens that you can look through. It's decently tinted. When you put it up to your eyes and look towards the orb, you can no longer see it.
Aw, rude.
Ah, dildos.
What about the smoke?
Alright, you put down the smoke, and try looking towards the orb. You still need to make a fortitude save.
Oof.
It doesn't seem to be any less bright. So, yep, you are blinded by the light.
Blinded by the light.
I should point out that after about a minute, Arthur, your blindness wears off. You can see again.
I'm a look at the orb to see.
Did I get
Like
good
sneak under it.
Did I get in good enough of eyeball of the writing?
Not with your second check. No. I mean, I can point out on this point, the DC is 24. Because you rolled both a 24 and a 23. So, yes. And if you're blinded by it, you cannot actually see it. Right. Bulk, you said you wanted to look at it?
I want to look at like what the height is from between it and the ground.
You can't see the top of it because you're under it right now.
So I am under it already. Okay.
Yes, it is at least a mile across, probably more.
Okay.
So you're like, next to it, but also under it, and like.
Okay. So if I wanted to keep going under it, does it seem like the ground shrinks? Like I would have to like crawl?
Yes, you're at the point where you're close enough to it that it's like, it's within a couple feet of your head.
Ah, okay, yeah, crawling would be nicer. Would be much slower, but nice. That is all I wanted to know. I'm not gonna try reading it. I'm not a scholar.
Okay, Arthur's gonna try and read it one more time.
Alright, make a fortitude save.
And
Alright. And you have comprehend. How long does comprehend languages last?
Minutes per level. I think 10 minutes a level.
Yep.
Okay, that's long enough.
Okay, do I read?
Alright. Yes, you see, let me see. Alright, you see what looks like a ledger. There's a bunch of orders for, like, pigs and cattle and meat, and looks like a business ledger or something. There's a lot of different, just, goods coming and going, that sort of thing. That's 6 seconds. You have to make another fortitude save if you want to keep reading.
Yeah, I guess I'll make another fortitude save. Damn it, I'm blind again.
Yep. Alright, so Arthur's blinded. Also, he can't tell you what he found, because he doesn't have a tongue. That's fun. Alright. Does anyone else want to do something?
I'm looking for a thing at the moment. Where is it? I have a periscope. Since I can't see the orb through the lens, can I see it through the periscope?
Of course you have a periscope. Anyway, no, you cannot.
Oh. I got nothing. Actually, can I see the thing through the periscope if we pop up a light source?
You cannot.
Oh, damn it. Time to look at it with detect magic and hope I don't fail.
Alright.
I totally will.
You totally fail. You are blinded. I should point out that after a minute, Arthur, you still are blinded.
Oh.
I don't know.
Indeed.
You know, shit, well, I guess we're in an impasse.
I guess Eldred tries touching the orb with a bunch of random things to see if any
Alright.
of that doesn't
What
get
random
deleted.
things? I mean, you have to... Yeah, you're gonna have to take things out of your
I
bag.
have a candle, so wax. I have chalk, I have charcoal, I have
An empty wine bottle.
Right, so Aldry has to figure out which items in your bag are actually useless she wants to throw into the orb of destruction.
I don't want to throw it in. I just want to figure out where it is and slowly poke it with it to see if it was something.
Also, it would be very hard for you to do that because you can't see the orb.
I was blindside to it.
Just a question. Would this be considered very good recycling if I threw the empty bottles into it?
I mean, it is probably better than leaving it out in nature. It's not recycling exactly, but it's not littering.
Yeah, exactly. Whee! I toss empty bottles into it.
Alright. You don't hear them hit the ground, so they're probably gone.
I assume they're probably gone. That's when they're actually just transported to somewhere else and someone's going, what the fuck is going on?
Yes, next to the dragon tongue and
random assorted objects.
Yes.
Oh yeah, Arthur gets to poke the orb with various things for me, since he can see them, find out of parts of it disappear.
Yeah, Arthur turns into his human form, just starts throwing random shit at it.
No, don't throw it, I need it!
Alright, well, your human form, you don't have blind sense, so...
Well, oh, shit, right, yeah. Yeah, I guess I'll stay my dragon form and just throw things the best I can at it.
Nah, don't throw it. Lightly poke it.
He lightly pokes... No, he's like, no, I'm not doing that. Yeah. He throws the candle at it, he goes, candle.
Alright, the candle disintegrates.
Okay. He throws the next thing.
What's the next thing?
Crossbow bolt, so wood and steel.
It disintegrates.
What else do I have? A lump of coal. Charcoal.
Yeah, throw the charcoal at it.
It disintegrates.
A piece of garlic.
Garlic? It disintegrates.
Yes.
You know, it's odd, because you haven't done the obvious thing yet. But I guess it isn't obvious. I don't know.
The obvious thing being a magic item.
What? What was that you said?
The obvious thing being a magic item.
Yeah, throw a valuable magic item into it. I'm sure it's fine.
Wait, Arthur says that shiny rock goes up. He thinks himself, farewell, shiny rock. He throws the shiny rock at it.
I also have a marble to throw, it's made of glass.
Alright, the shiny rock bounces off.
Oh!
It's the ground.
Would you look at that? Shiny rock.
I also have salt.
The salt disintegrates.
What about my...
I gotta go eat something real quick, I will be right back.
Alright.
So we just need to make a bodysuit in diamond and we're fine.
Well, you haven't tried diamond. You just tried the shiny rock that they found. They found a shiny glowing rock of green and blue and turquoise and stuff. It looked like it was manufactured somehow. But...
Oh, how nice. You could always try to dispel magic.
You could, yes.
I doubt it will work since it's ginormous.
The best thing that could possibly happen would probably be that it would not work.
The best thing if it works
and astronauts fall, everyone dies.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
It's holding, like... I guess, I mean, whatever it is, it's probably important, and it's probably bad if it goes away. So... it'll probably change things at the very least.
Well, I severely doubt that a mile-long object could just be dispelled magic very easily.
Yes, the very best thing that could happen is that it wouldn't.
Magic weapon, a arrow, and poke it with the magic arrow.
It disintegrates.
It's not magic items.
The shiny rock, does it look like an ore?
It looks like a gemstone more than an ore, but it's smooth, shaped like a rock. It does look like it has these swirls and shapes in it that look like it was manufactured somehow. It doesn't look natural.
Is it possible to look through the rock?
It is not transparent, and it glows slightly. So you would be like...
to use it like sunglasses anyways to look at the thing?
Alright. You try that. All you see is the glowingness of the rock.
Oh.
It's a rock.
Can we feel the surface of the thingy with the rock by holding it? And transcribing or reading more or less what's carved in it.
Alright.
From the bumps of the rock.
You try that. The surface of the sphere appears to be perfectly smooth.
I call bullshit. What a stupid sphere.
It's a sphere. I mean, it looks more like a wall at this when you're this close, but I guess it would actually kind of be above you, more like a ceiling, but whatever. This way is more fun.
Sadly, I'm not a jewel crafter, I'm an armor smith.
If only our jewel craft was still here.
Yes, if only Kalis was here. He'd probably try to steal the shiny rock from the dragon, and then things would go down.
I am very sure of what I would do in real life, considering I am an educated jewel cutter.
You would cut the shiny jewel that was...
No, I would do a set of tests to decide hardness and luster, and then try to identify it.
Okay.
But I'm bulk Swiftwind, I know nothing.
I mean, everyone likes shiny things. That makes you an expert, right?
Obviously. I mean, I could what if I take small shiny rock and smash into big shiny rock? With all
I mean, you do have astral diamonds laying around.
Nah.
Those are money. Those are money. No. I need those for new body armor.
Aldrich throws a gold piece at it.
It disintegrates. Flip gold piece. Throwing your money away. I mean, at this point, you're just like throwing things behind you and seeing if they hit the ground.
Yes. I mean, to be fair, I think we should try to get below it in case, ancient ruins underneath for some stupid reason.
I mean, you are below it.
Yeah, but further below it.
I don't know. I mean, if it disintegrates everything it touches, it has to be resting on something. It doesn't disintegrate. Or maybe it just floats. Who knows?
Yeah, or it hovers over it, or it floats over something that doesn't disintegrate. And then we break that, and then we die. Wait, no.
What's
and
on
the entire world gets disintegrated, and then it's all your fault.
Yeah, perfect.
And Tobias comes after you and gets very mad.
If the world is dead, I don't think he can come after us because we're very dead.
I mean, he can just go to a different world, but...
Allegedly, if he gets to know about it before the world implodes from it falling into the core and detonating it.
I don't know. He's probably fine. He's an epic wizard. Probably.
Probably. We could send a gnome to look.
Yeah, you could try crawling under it and seeing if there's anything. I mean, you could probably crawl a very long ways. Just make sure that you don't accidentally bump your head.
Yes. Well, I mean, it's either that or we report back that there is a huge flowing, glowing thing that we doubt that the paladins can break because it breaks everything.
I guess we can go look for more shiny rocks.
I mean, they don't have a compass, though, so they probably wouldn't think to use a compass. So they might find something else that's down here. I mean, there's a lot of areas that you haven't explored.
Yeah, we can look at other areas then, and leave this for now.
Guys,
Yeah, we're at the exact center of the place.
guys, I gotta go.
More
Someone needs my help with something, so.
Alright.
All right. Well, maybe we can call the session here, and hopefully next session we'll have everybody here.
And fix art this time. I'll see you next week.
All right. Next week.
See ya.